I've always said that whoever you are at work is who you are at home, is who you are at church, is who you are everywhere you are. And so that's where they get to saying that if you're gonna be late to work, then you're gonna be late to church. And then they say you're gonna be late to your own funeral. If people are not looking at the nature of what women are and that they challenge, again, I'm gonna use Mr. Let Go's example. He says it often at times, and I absolutely agree with him that women are like children. If you notice children, when they get to a certain age, they start testing you. They start doing certain things. They start overstepping boundaries. They start doing things that then require, and often at times children crave discipline. They crave correction. They crave to be set on the right path. And so what you start to see, and often at times, especially in society, because it extends not only in relationships, but outside the home and so on and so forth, is you start to see women taking over certain industries. You start to see them rising up and determining what's happening in society. They now determining what's happening in our elections. They telling you what you can and can't do outside the home. They controlling whether or not we update our laws. Family court laws ain't been updated in decades, yet we still are living in a society in which we have to be subjected to laws based off of women rising in power. So if women are not built to challenge men, then why are they doing it? Why is it happening in every single segment of society? They becoming CEOs, they running and they becoming politicians. They literally are almost about to be presidents. They are the voices on social media. They are mobilizing. They're literally challenging the legitimacy of men as the leaders in their households. They're not even saying, y'all talking about relationships. The majority of the women that I see come on this panel say they're not even looking for a husband. They're looking for a partner. They say, I'm looking for a partner, right? And so it's not that women don't challenge men. It's that men allow women to get away with certain things. And so once you start to correct that, right? If your chick ain't never craved for you to be able to look at her a certain way or to say, who the fuck you talking to? And then she straightened up immediately. I don't really know if y'all have been in a relationship long enough to see that. I remember, and this is honest to God on my father's grave. I dealt with my chick probably about, 7 years ago. And she rose up and I was like, who you talking to? And I literally grabbed her arm and she was like, you know what? And this is exactly word for word what she said. She said, you know what? I needed that. I needed you to get a control on me because I don't know if it was my hormones that was going out of control or what was going on, so on and so forth. But she said, I was craving for you to deal with me a certain type of way. And maybe it's just the nature of her specifically. But I think that women do test, challenge, however it is that you want to frame the narrative. I think that women do challenge men. Now, how men respond to it is going to be the determining factor for how it is that you operating in your household, how it is that we operate in society, and whether or not you continue to let people gain power and control over what's happening. And I think that we are paying for the sins of our fathers because the majority of our fathers were simps. And I'm not talking about our fathers literally. I'm talking about the people that came before. They were simps. They said, happy wife, happy life. And then now we are paying for the sins of them because you have inmates running the asylum or in the example of what Mr. Let Go says, the children is running a household.
Yeah, but I don't agree that that everything else I agree with what you're saying to a degree. But I don't agree that how you are at work is how you are at home. Everybody's, like I said, I don't know what you guys' jobs are. I've got 2 unique jobs. It's different. My boyfriend.
I'll do you one better, Lady Chan. I'll do you one better. Y'all have more respect sometimes for your boss than you do for the man that you live with.
I don't have a boss. That's the thing.
No. Everybody got a boss. Whether you own a business, whether the customers are your boss, whether or not. Okay, let's take you specifically. I'm not talking about you. I don't know what you do.
Facebook is my boss.
I'm telling you that most women have more respect for the person that's over them than they have for the dude that's in their very household. And so it's the reverse of what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm because I have to be a boss in the fields that I work in. At home, I'm totally the opposite. My man he controls the whole thing. That I can't have a man that can't put me in check. I can't have it. because I'll run all over him because I do that. I
Do
have
you
to do that.
agree? Dude, that get
He
control.
put you in check before then, right?
Oh, my boyfriend puts me in check, and I mean,
So that
it's
means you challenged him, right?
no. Yeah, well, maybe no. It doesn't have to be just because you check doesn't mean you're challenging, or you. It could just be I said something maybe out of line a bit, or I don't know if you see that as a challenge, but it's not like fuck you, not like that. But maybe it's just anything that he'll say. You know what? That tone, I know where it's gonna go. Don't even bother. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I need to be checked. If you can't check me, it's not gonna work for me. Because in my jobs, I have no boss, and I've built it that way that I have no boss.
And I understand that, and you may not necessarily have a boss, right? But the overwhelming majority of women do, right?
True.
And and this is just my personal opinion. I think that dudes that say that women have never challenged them, is probably the simp in the relationship. He's probably the dude that's the partner and not the husband.
Yeah, I don't want a partner.
Because most times they just the ones that give in and acquiesce over to whatever it is that she's saying.
Yeah, no, that's simp.
That's the guy that says when you go and you ask him and you say, "Hey fam, can I borrow whatever? Let's just use something random. Can I borrow a bag of sugar? Oh, let me ask my wife first." That's that guy.
I hate guys like that.
Let me go check with my wife to see what she thinks first. That's that guy.
I've got guys that are like that on, when I do my boxing panels and I'm like, they'll be on my panel and then they'll go, "Oh, I got to jump off. My wife's just got in." So fucking what? Simp.
Every time.
That's why I agree. So do y'all agree that women, they are not, it's not built. It's just that men allow it. That's different. It's allowed. So you're talking about simps allowing their lady to just say and do whatever they want. It's not like because if she was so-called checked and she changes, then something that's built will just keep coming probably until she feels the need that it needs to move. But it's not built. It's just allowed.
I agree with you on that.
No,
So-
but the problem is that the way that you start off, and I'm sorry, I'm coming to you, Lucky. I'm sorry. It's just the way that you start off. You're not gonna check her in the middle of you been simping the entire time since y'all been together since day one. You ain't gonna switch up now. She might boss up on you and say, "Who you talking to?" Like how you start off is how it's. If you don't get control of that junk in the beginning, if you led with your money, if the first thing that she ever noticed was taking advantage of you and she had you in her phone as food and she couldn't get the rest of the dudes, so then she wound up just giving into you, just settling for you because you was the last available, then you can't switch up now. She ain't going for that. She probably cheating on you too. I'm sorry, Lucky. Go ahead.